Welcome back, Terror Maniacs. So we're going to be talking about the kids. Welcome, 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 my Tarot Maniacs. How are you guys today? I hope you're having a great week. So Prince Harry, we did yesterday, the 2 for Tuesday. We talked about the fallout from the meeting with his father, but I do want to talk about something that he said in the interview, which was that he was considering bringing the children back for their educations. Imagine that. American education is not the best in the world. The metrics are out there. In order for you to really maximize your American education, especially like public school, you really do need to be greatly involved in your children's education. You need to supplement it at home. You need to do all kinds of stuff. Private school education is a little bit more tuned in to academics. However, sometimes with those private school educations, we will see a focus on more politicized perspective, or sometimes we have specializations in the school. A particular school may be a bit more artistically leaning, maybe more scientifically leaning, and you have to make selections from that. Here we have a number of private schools that are focused on STEM and marine science and things like that. So you have to be very careful about the course that you pick for your child. They may decide later that private school education did not serve them very well. So going abroad, and I did have a number of friends when I was growing up that did go to school abroad in Europe, and their education was quite different from what I experienced here in a very small but public school. The school that I graduated from, my year of graduation for high school, it was a public school, and there were only 100 kids in my class. It was a very, very small school, and it was a great education. It was an amazing experience for my final year of high school. The other schools that I went to were much larger, and it was very easy to get lost in that sea of students, despite having a rainbow colored mohawk at the time. So pulling their children out of a public or private or parochial school here in the United States and opting for the United Kingdom, I don't think it's a bad idea. If I had the luxury of doing that, I would have done that for my children. Again, there's a tremendous cost associated with that. I know that one of the private schools here, not far from me, is about $35,000 a year. And I know when I taught at a private school in California, in outside of Los Angeles, that the tuition at that particular school back at the end of the 90s was somewhere around 30,000 per student. They did have discounts for multiple students and siblings, but it can get quite costly. So I imagine that if Harry and Meghan have their children in some kind of private school situation now, it is costing them a pretty penny, an expensive investment in your child. So let's see if he was really serious about bringing those kids back to the United Kingdom, because Meghan has said that she is never going to set foot back there. So hit the like button. Let's bring up that card screen, and we're going to giddy up, Buttercup. There we go. So when Harry said that he was going to bring the children back, was he serious? Or was that off the cuff? Was that a planned statement? Was it a planned statement? Let's start with, was it a planned statement? Yes. We're going to have to derail my intended outline for this reading. What did Meghan think of that statement? looking back on the mistakes that they made. I think she's on board with this, guys. Hang on. What is Harry thinking about bringing those children back? 1, 2, 6 of cups in reverse, 4 of wands in reverse. We have the 10 of swords in reverse. We have the king of swords up top, and we have the 6 of wands in the reverse, and then 5 of pentacles. This is wild, kids. So 6 of cups in reverse. There's no nostalgia. There's no sweetness where he is right now. He doesn't like it. He's not happy at home. Despite what he's saying, he said in the interview, "I'm the happiest I've ever been." And then he said the last 4 years have been like the most stressful of his life. So make up your mind. Suitcase position, guys. This is something that I read uniquely. Some people read this as the past. Some people read this as strengths and weaknesses. I read it as the suitcase position. We either have to go back in our past and pack or unpack our suitcase with whatever this is. He needs to repack with the restitution, the restitution of his opinion, of his popularity. He wants to get back to this. If he brings his kids back, he thinks that this is going to confirm what he's doing. The efforts that he has made are not working. He is stuck. He can't transform into the next position, and he is at a loss. It's a stalemate for his success here in the United States. Therefore, it is a stalemate for success for the for what he can offer the children. He is destroying a legacy. Legacy can be built over one generation, sustained over one generation, and fail over one generation. Look at the Kennedys. Not RFK Jr. I like him. But up top, the King of Swords in reverse. He is ready to sacrifice the alleged principles that he had in order to create better legacy for his kids. But here, look, he's still left on the outside. 5 of Pentacles, still in chaos. He does not know what his core values are. He cannot stand on his core values. This is wild, guys. He wants to bring those kids back because everything that he has tried to build here in the United States has failed, and he is not able to give them a future. Wild. How is Meghan feeling about this? What is going on with Meghan? What is going on with Meghan? That was the weirdest cut I've ever done. Page of Pentacles. We're not making any money. 8 of Cups. Knight of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. And the 6 of Pentacles. Wowee, guys. Can you say humble pie? You guys are going to love this. So let's break it down right in the middle. Not making any money, not creating any kind of legacy for her family, not creating any kind of legacy for herself. We're going to talk about that suitcase position in a minute. Knight of Cups, she is still bitter. She is Miss Nasty Pants, but she is willing to go back. She's going to suffer it. Suffer the luxury of living with the royal family on a royal property. She is willing to suffer it for the sake of Harry's family. She's going to martyr herself and climb up that hill. The 8 of Cups in the traditional rider way, you see an individual who is standing in the distance and looking off on to some mountains and embarking on a journey. The journey is going to be difficult, but they are willing to skin their knees. Said that on purpose. Bruise their soul in order to make it all right. Oh, goodness gracious. Up top, the Eight of Swords. She is thinking that she has gone the plaid, gone a little bit too far with all of this, and maybe they can't get out of it. But here in the future, hopeful that there is going to be some kind of sympathy, charity extended to them. Six of Pentacles is the charity card. There is a distinction between the giver and the taker. So there is a power dynamic here that I think she is going to be a bit more, she's going to recognize a bit more. Very interesting. Now, here, this is in the past, the suitcase position. She needs to go back and unpack this idea that they are going to be charitable with her. There is no return for Meghan. Will Meghan, right now, I'm recording this on the 16th at noon. Will Meghan, will she return to the royal family? Nine of Wands in reverse. King of Wands. Three of Cups. No, I don't think she will. I think she has nothing to offer them. I think her lack of ability has been thoroughly exposed, not only by the royal family, her performance in the royal family, her performance as an actress, her performance as a lifestyle influencer. I think it has all been proven that she really can do nothing but have a good time. And so I think if the children go back, she does not darken the doorway of one single royal residence or facility. I think she stays in Soho House. I think she does her own thing as a movie star, because let's face it, Harry thought that he married a movie star. And she likens herself to being a movie star. And I think that she gets to continue to do what she does. And I wonder if the relationship between the two of them changes as a result of this to more of a paramour and mistress. Is this, if Harry goes back? What if? Let's do a little what if, guys. Okay, you ready? What if Harry goes back with the children? What does it do to his marriage? 1, 2, buckle my shoe. I think we break up that family legacy and we lose our patience and our tolerance for bad manners and bad behavior. So I am going to leave it at that, kids. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did want to take a little peek inside the what ifs on this. So I will see you guys tomorrow, Thursday. Don't forget, we're going to have general audience live. And we also are going to be talking about the sale pricing coming up for the holiday season. So if you go and look at my scheduler, there's a link down below. You will see that there are some special prizes and treats for you guys if you want to get a reading. So I hope to see you soon. Let me know in the comments down below what you think is going to happen and what you think should happen to Harry. If you are an American, if you are Ukrainian, if you are from Great Britain, if you are from Spain, Portugal, Greece, wherever you are, let me know what you think. I'll see you soon.